Hey everybody, this is Sterling McGarvey.
This is Takeshi Hiroka.
And this is Hollander Cooper.
And we are checking out Uncharted Golden Abyss for the PlayStation Vita. Actually really impressed by the fact that it's fully in English. You've got full English menus, you've got voice acting.
Yeah, Nolan North right in there doing his full Nathan Drake.
Alright, so anybody who's importing it sounds like this is a must-have in terms of any linguistic obstacles you may encounter.
Yeah, I was worried when I came in today, and I'm like, oh, I'm going to jump into the Japanese version of Uncharted. This is going to be weird. And I loaded it up, and I'm like, hey, I understand those words.
Yep, yeah, you lucked out there.
Grenade.
So, if you can explain what's going on here, other than people shooting at you. What's our context for these guys shooting at you?
Guys are shooting at me. Some people are shooting at me because I've kind of been, since this is a prequel to the other games, and I've kind of been duped by a friend sort of into helping him check out an area that he said he had the rights to check out, but it's actually sort of being run by a warlord kind of guy.
I see.
And now the warlord's kind of marching him around, and we're trying to go rescue that guy.
While using touch functionality to
while
toss
using
grenades.
touch functionality to throw grenades. It's actually, I prefer this to Uncharted 1's like tilting the system grenade control.
Right, yeah.
Because this is actually sort of fun. It's like dragging and dropping grenades.
Yeah, I remember that was one of the things I just went straight to the sticks on.
You also mentioned that you've been playing a couple hours.
Yeah, this is actually about 2 hours into the game. And so far it feels very Uncharted. Like I was unsure about how well they'd be able to replicate it, but with the exception of the sometimes gratuitous touchscreen stuff, it feels pretty much like what I'd expect from an Uncharted game.
That's good. I mean, I know the developer is it's Sony Bend, and I know they did the Siphon Filter games. They did Dark Mirror and Logan's Shadow. They did Resistance Retribution. So it kind of feels like they seem to be pretty capable of capturing kind of the essence of that console experience. So, would you say so far it feels like they've replicated that?
Yeah, there's some little things I've noticed that I'm not sure how strong they've done with like the cinematic feel, but that's something that usually ramps up near the end of a Uncharted game, like the really big action sequences. There haven't been a ton of those. But I'm expecting that just like Uncharted 3, which doesn't start off huge but ends big, that this is going to be sort of like that.
Okay, so you have touchscreen functionality for your grenades. I see you just cut a tarp.
Yeah, you cut a tarp. Usually the touchscreen stuff's optional, but often you do, like when there's arrows on the screen, you really have to do it at once.
Here.
So this is your new female friend,
Hey, where'd you get lost?
who's kind of been going around getting you ropes,
Boxes of ropes by every window, you know.
and she has way too many backpacks on.
Wait, you gotta wait for me.
That's how she
I
gets you all
already
the
checked
ropes.
this room. Remember? It's clear. See? I am learning.
Still warming up to her.
Just hope you don't learn the hard way.
Still not sure of her intentions. As usual in an Uncharted game, you really never know who's on your side. So this is actually, let me actually just drop down, because the rope are something you can use the back touchscreen for.
Okay.
You can, you actually move the opposite direction, and he climbs up ropes.
Oh,
which
interesting.
is something that I didn't think I'd end up liking, but it's actually kind of cool.
Okay, so you can...
Yeah, that's where the main touchscreen gameplay really comes into play. Like in the melee is pretty much like Uncharted 2's instead of Uncharted 3, and then every so often it'll throw QuickTime events in there like that.
A lot smoother if you
But I've noticed, even though I swiped across the middle, you can kind of swipe anywhere and it
Okay.
registers. You don't have to like cover the line.
I see. So it doesn't interfere with you being able to actually, see what's going on. It doesn't interfere with gameplay too much.
Right.
That's good. Yeah, that was kind of one of my concerns was, I feel like with a lot of launch games on a handheld, they seem to go out of their way to put the gimmick in, and sometimes they do it at the expense of you having to die multiple times to get past something.
Yeah. This hasn't done that much of that. And I've never died. I mean, there have been times where I'm like, oh, I have to use that again, but it's never been to the point where I feel like it's holding me back.
I see the trademark desaturation of death is intact.
Yep.
So, once you're done beating this guy up and this guy, I will ask you about this bounty thing. Oh.
The bounty, I'm not 1,000% sure how it works, but what I think happens is it's almost like you're collecting bounties on people. I think that often how it works, it's almost like you get trophies for getting certain bounties.
Oh,
but I
cool.
think the way it works is like I've gotten them for I think killing people in specific ways.
I see. Ah, yes. There we go. Alright, so the metal system is intact. And
Yeah, the metal system is very... They pulled in everything that's Uncharted. Managed to get it all in here. Oops, wrong way.
The score sounds trademark Uncharted. Oops. So I think I'd heard somewhere that some of the platforming is also touchscreen based. Besides the rope that you showed me, what other? How else does that work exactly?
All of it, if
Okay.
you want. Just this way. You can at any time that you're climbing something,
Iron Fist.
you can like trace where you actually want to where you want to move, and he'll just go in that direction.
Oh, nice.
Like it's like you're drawing where you want Drake to go. Which again is something that like when I previewed the game, I'm like I'll never use that. But as you play, you're like, man, I don't need to do this entire thing over again. I know how it's gonna work. So you kind of just end up using it. It simplifies things, but it ends up being pretty cool.
Hey, come on. Hey, Guerrero's thugs were loading up these trucks. My amulet might be inside.
All right, well, take a look, but hurry.
She lost her amulet.
Got heavies with shotguns.
I'm pinned down.
Oh no.
Nothing. It's gotta be here somewhere. Let's go check Guerrero's office.
And as you can see, there's actually some minor. You can move while you're aiming.
Oh yeah, I noticed that. It's really subtle.
It's good for like getting that headshot. Because if you know, like looking up a little is gonna kind of ruin your view, you can just tilt the controller, tilt the entire system a little, and that does it instead.
Well, that's a nice subtle touch. So I kind of remember, oh, hey, baseball slide. Baseball slide and wet cats. Hey,
Oh.
you got a trophy.
Full-on trophy.
Stairs.
Uh-oh.
And then I fell and
Hey.
died.
Classic death sound effect.
This is how you fight in the great America. Keep moving.
Yeah, I'm watching the way he goes in and out of cover. Seems really slick. It's funny because it's always, it's tempting to go into that kind of cliche where you say, oh, how does this play on a handheld? Well, it plays like that game on a handheld.
But
Gonna
that's
be
sort of how it
going
is.
to be tough to overcome that one for this one. Because, yes, it certainly does look that way. Well, looks like a really solid adaptation. I'm really looking forward to playing this.
Yeah, definitely. And I believe it's coming out at Vita launch in the US as well.
Yep, February 22nd.
Makes it
2212.
Makes it one of the best launch title kind of games for any launch system in a while.
Glad to hear it. Alright. Well, everybody, you can check out more videos from the PlayStation Vita launch on Games Radar. Thanks for watching.